Lions got a big game this week as they head down to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Of course, this game with the Saints has a lot of playoff implications for both teams. Detroit trying to stay pace on top of the North in the NFC North, while the Saints, they're trying to either get past the Falcons and take the NFC South lead, or they're trying to catch up in the wild card race with Seattle and Minnesota since they're only a game out of a wild card spot. Pretty crazy, yeah. Because not only are the Saints a game out of the wild card, they're also tied for the division lead Atlanta. Of course, Atlanta holds tiebreaker off head-to-head. So a game, of course, against the Saints, both at the Superdome this Sunday. So yeah, both teams looking to win this game, stay on track in the playoff race. As we now get to that point of the season, we find out who will be competing for the Lombardi this year and who will be watching from the couch. But yeah, let's talk about this matchup and see how the Lions fare for this week. So, of course, for this matchup, Detroit's favored in this game by 4 points. So, for the Saints, so yeah, not really big point spread favorites like the last couple weeks. Maybe that's for the best after the last couple weeks for the Lions playing down the competition. But yeah, the Saints, they lead the all-time series over Detroit 14-12-1. Detroit this year, they're 4-1 on the road this year. Their only road loss came to the Ravens. While the Saints this year, the Saints are 2-2 at home this year. So, of course, for the Saints on offense, of course, the big leader on the offense, of course, is Derek Carr, the new quarterback for the Saints after Carr spent so many years with the Raiders, and now he's with the Saints. And, of course, Carr also had a little time off because he got banged up a little bit. So, yeah, Jameis Winston has also been in. We all know Jameis Winston. He's the equivalent of inconsistent as all hell. So, yeah. Of course, I'm at running back. Of course, at the head bell cow for the Saints offense. Of course, you have Alvin Kamara, one of the top running backs in the game. You also got former Lion Jamal Williams in the backfield, too. And, oh, yeah, this is a revenge game for Jamal. It's his first game against his old team. Now, they also have Kendry Miller, but he's questionable for this game with an ankle injury. In fact, their top 3 receivers are also all questionable and banged up, too. Like Michael Thomas is on the IR with a knee injury. Chris Olave is questionable for this game as he's currently under concussion protocol. But I imagine he would be cleared up in time. So I imagine Olave will be playing this Sunday. You also got Rashid Shaheed, guys, he's questionable for this game with a quad injury, but they do got Jimmy Graham, the only receiving option for Carr that's healthy right now, unless they throw it to Alvin Kamara in the back, Shinsuke Nakamura in the backfield. The defense, the defensive line, of course, is anchored by the rookie Brian Breesy, as that defensive line is being completely rebuilt from the ground up, as the Saints are really looking at rebuilding that D-line. The other rookie, the pass rusher, Isaiah Foskey, is questionable for this game with a quad injury. Same deal with Cameron Jordan, he's questionable for this game with a shin injury. They do have Jason Pierre-Paul in there, too, to be a depth piece there, too. And the secondary, their main anchor, Marshawn Lattimore, is on the IR with an ankle injury. God damn it for Lattimore. Seems like he's usually one of the top corners in the game, but it just seems like the last couple of years he just can't fucking stay healthy for whatever reason. God damn it. So yeah, of course, the head coach for this game, for this Saints team now is Dennis Allen. The offensive coordinator is Pete Carmichael, and the defensive coordinator is Joe Woods. So even though it's Dan Campbell's first game against his old team since before Dan the Man Campbell became the head coach for the Lions, he was the assistant head coach and the tight ends coach for the Saints when Sean Payton was still calling the shots. Of course, we all know Sean's now in Denver. So, yeah. But despite any lack of talent on the Saints, though, the Saints have still held up pretty well, doing well with less. As the Saints' offense is ranked 13th in the league, they're 11th in the passing game, 19th in the running game. And yeah, like I said, also with the lack of talent on the Saints, though, they still make the most of it with less. As yeah, their defense, though, oddly enough, is a top 10 unit, as they're the 9th ranked defense in the league. They're 7th against the pass, but their main kink in the armor is against the run, as they are 23rd in the run game. So yeah, against the run. So yeah, the Saints have had issues stopping the run. So I think the big key to winning this game, you got to establish the run game. Feed Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery the ball. Just establish that run game and burn some clock off. Let the defense get some rest. How to get keys on the defense, you got to get pressure to Derek Carr. And it really depends on what happens with receiving core. You got to find a way to take Chris Olave out of the game. Put some pressure on him. Get some pressure to Derek Carr because Lions have had issues getting to the pass rush, getting to the QB, so they need to the D-line. All the Lions pass rushers, they got to fucking execute better and get to the quarterback. Just got to find a way to get to the quarterback. Don't have to sack him, but at least pressure him enough to force him to make a bad throw. The sack's just a bonus. Just got to force him to make a bad throw. That's all you got to do. Just get some, just run the ball, get some pressure to Carr. And I think the big key that the Lions need to do to win is stop turning the ball over, especially Jared Goff, because Jesus Christ. Goff started the season off well, but the last 2 weeks he looked like it's 2019's form with the Rams, with him just turning the ball over, because the Lions offense has had like 6 turnovers the last 2 weeks. Especially the Thanksgiving game, the turnovers really killed the Lions in that game. And Dan Campbell in offense, they got to get smarter with the play calling, be more, just call it how it is, just call it properly, don't fuck around and find out anymore. Just got to do your job this week. Dan Campbell's got to be more smarter when going for it on 4th down. Just got to know the situations better. We all know as good as the Lions are, they can be better. There's a lot they can still be improved upon in 6 weeks before the playoffs to get tuned up. And the good thing about the Lions is that since week 6 of last year, every time the Lions have lost, they have responded with at least a 3-game winning streak. So, if the Lions just do their job this week, they should be able to win this game no problem. I think they will win this game. It's not going to be an easy game. I think the Saints are going to play really tough because, the Saints still got a lot to fight for, too, with the Lions. Both teams need this win. Some's got to give. Only one can have it. But, yeah. And of course, if the Lions, and this is a must-win game for the Lions need to win this game. Especially since Minnesota's on their bye this week, because if Detroit wins this game, Detroit's lead over Minnesota goes to 3 games. If Detroit loses, it's only a 2-game lead. And everyone has said that if Minnesota can enter those last 3 weeks of the season at least 2 games behind Detroit, then they're saying Minnesota has a chance, which I highly doubt that, especially after how Minnesota played against the Bears. Seriously, how the fuck do you lose a game with the Bears not even scoring a single touchdown? Seriously, the way Dobbs played, that's the QB the Lions are supposed to be afraid of? Good God, he was terrible. And the Vikings got pegged to death by the Bears on field goals. But yeah, Lions need to win this game, try and get as far ahead as the Vikings as possible. Get to 9 wins, at least secure back-to-back winning seasons. And who knows, maybe get some luck going our way. But yeah, and also this game also has some implications on playoffs and elimination scenarios because this game affects the possible clinching scenarios for Philadelphia, and also affects any elimination scenarios with Arizona. So a lot of implications now as we get to that crunch time of the season, the sprint to the finish. Who will be in and who will be out? And the Lions need this win. I say we need to go down to New Orleans, dominate that stadium like we dominated a lot of stadiums before with the fan base, take over Superdome, make it feel like a better version of the Pontiac Silverdome. I'll admit, though, Caesars Superdome is a very nice stadium, not going to lie there. But yeah, I think Detroit will win this game. I think they win it 23-20. I think the Saints are going to keep it close. Even though the Saints don't have a lot of talent, it's a team you can't underestimate. The Saints play a lot better than they look. They're a lot better team than they look. You can't sleep on the Saints. Just the Lions got to handle their business and take down the Saints. Been a while since the Lions last beat the Saints. So, yeah, and the Lions are due for one against the Saints. So, just got to go down to New Orleans, take it down Bourbon Street. Let's beat the Saints, get to 9-2, and extend this lead over the Vikings in the division. And, of course, the Saints always hold a special place for me since my first ever NFL preview video on my channel came in 2017 against the Saints. So yeah, anytime the Lions play the Saints, it's something I always hold dearly to me. Considering that my first ever NFL Lions video I ever did was on the Saints back in 2017. But yeah, let's go get this win, get to 9-3, and let's try and help get one step closer to not only making it back to the playoffs, but clinching that NFC North. Plus, the Lions also got a lot to fight for in terms of the second seed, as they're currently tied with San Francisco for that second seed in the NFC. Of course, San Fran has the tiebreaker because they have a better record against the NFC than Detroit does. Mainly because, like, believe But yeah, anyway, let's go get this W Sunday. Let's go beat the Saints down in New Orleans. Get to 9-3. And let's try and put this out of reach for the Vikings. And destroy whatever false hope copium the Minnesota Vikings have left. But yeah, anyway, that's going to wrap it up here. Let's go get this dub not only on Sunday, but of course Saturday there's a little bonus too. As yeah, not only that, but let's have Go Blue go claim a third straight Big Ten title so I can have this belt updated. So yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you all later. Let's go get this dub on Sunday. I'm out. Go Lions.